right, so after making that video on ultra processed foods, I got to thinking. It's like, I know there's a lot of stuff that's wrong out here with our food. I did not know it was that bad. Like 73% to me sounded ridiculous. You're talking about that we only have 27% of the food supply that is offered to us in supermarkets that is actually, considered healthy, and the other one is like, I wouldn't say dangerous, but it's dangerous if that's all you're eating. And many people just eat that without knowing that that's what they're eating, the ultra processed food, because if you're getting offered 70 something percent, unless if you're actively looking out for, non-processed foods and all this stuff, most people are not. So yeah, you're gonna end up eating some of that bad food. A lot of it is for convenience and a lot of it is for price. So I got to thinking, I said, let me just do another one about some other stuff. I'm just going to start doing videos like this every once in a while, just because this is kind of one of the things I'm really passionate about. Even from my own restaurant, if you guys probably erased a lot of the videos from my restaurant, I did the healthiest food that I could do with what I had. And again, it was all within, cost always came into play, but I always try to do the healthiest dish as possible. I try to offer healthier options. I try to not to cheat code of just like either having stuff to be fried or have heavy sodium or extra sugar, all these ingredients that I know are not healthy. And I try to make this stuff taste good with actually doing proper combinations and pairings of food and using technique when cooking the food to, basically enhance the flavor instead of just...
You pick up your palette knife and then work that into your meat. Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Adding all this extra stuff that is not good for you, but of course it makes it palatable and people like it. Like, tastes good, but it's not good for you. So I'm going to do this little quick video about a couple of things that is really bad, but in the United States it's not banned, but everywhere else is banned.
That lovely.
So let's get into it right now. All right, so this is a quick article from Men's Health, and it's 5 American foods that are so toxic they are banned in other countries, but we're still offering it. And I honestly haven't looked at it, so I'm looking through it the same time as I'm doing the video. Maybe not the best decision, but I am doing it, so this is a true reaction in a sense, because I'm not sure. Might be some stuff that I'm eating right now. I'm seeing the fish. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get into it. All right. Like I said before, we have these agencies in the United States that are supposed to regulate or trying to make it safe for us. I guess that's what I thought it was. I think that's what everybody thinks it is. But let's see what this article says before we get into any deep. So this is 1 out of 5 foods. So this is, it looks like a fish. It looks like it could be salmon. And it is salmon. All right, so I know about farm-raised salmon. It's definitely not the best as wild salmon, but let's see what they say. If you're doubling up on your salmon intake because all of your amazing health benefits of those omega-3 fatty acids, you need to consider if you're buying wild-caught or farm-raised. Farm-raised are raised on unnatural diets of grains, antibiotics, and other drugs, leaving the fish with gray flesh, which then is pinkened with synthetic, I can't even pronounce this word, ASTAXANTHIN. And I'm only pronouncing it, I'm only spelling it because I'm going to butcher it if I say it. But synthetic, all right, let's just say it. Let's just try to say it. Synthetic astaxanthin, whatever.
Stop it. Get some help.
What?
Butchering it, whatever. Made from petrochemicals, which again doesn't sound good. And I'm familiar with this. I know that farm-raised salmon is definitely not the best salmon. And I usually, in my restaurant, I would try to have salmon that was not farm raised. Occasionally, I would not be able to get the other one, but I don't know. I was, I guess, educated to know that this was not, like, farm raised salmon is not the best option. But it's one of those things that supposedly, if you don't eat it all the time, it should be somewhat. But right now, it's sounding really.
Right.
bad. I can't even pronounce that word. And I know it's because of the feed. It's an unnatural feed, and they feed it with stuff that's cheaper. And but I didn't know it had all this extra stuff too. I kind of antibiotics. I don't know. They do antibiotics and everything, which is supposed to be good, but it's also not necessarily good. Again, but it's banned in all the other places. So they must have done some studies and found out that there's some effects or some stuff that is bad for you, that is extra bad, that they have to ban it, because there's really no reason to ban stuff unless usually if it's like, a good danger, it's a threat to the people. So, all right, I found out that farm raised salmon is even worse than I thought. Okay, the next one I can't even pronounce. I really should. I can't even pronounce this word. Azodicarbonide. Carbonamide. I might be even missing some syllables when I say it. Horrible. It sounds horrible. And they have a picture of pasta. Now that's a little scary, because who does not eat like box pasta? So that's a little weird. Why would that be? Now I'm going to be looking at pasta boxes. Great. Where's it found? Frozen dinners. Like I mentioned that before. Some frozen dinners have box pasta. Like, why would? What is it? Packaged baked goods, which packaged baked goods do have a lot of preservatives. Some of those preservatives are horrible. Like they say, the Twinkie will never go bad. Stuff that never goes bad is something. It's not right. Stuff should naturally just go bad if you're gonna consume it. So it's weird that stuff doesn't go bad. So maybe this is why the dry pasta don't go bad. I don't know. This chemical, which helps bleach flour quickly, is also used in foamed plastics. So disgusting. Okay. And has been linked to asthma. All right, that's not good. But linked to foam plastics. That's weird. And again, I know there's some stuff that is like linked to certain stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but just that it's linked to asthma, that's not good. And again, I don't know what this chemical. I'm gonna have to look this. I'm gonna look at this after this video to actually figure out what the hell this is and what more, because this is just learning that one thing. So let's look at the next thing. Milk, synthetic hormones. Okay, yeah, this is something that milk and dairy products. So yeah, the only way, I guess, for you to get away from getting the synthetic hormones in your milk, because it's usually is added to the livestock, the cows, would be to get organic milk, like from organic cows and all that. And again, this all comes down to cost. Many people are trying to get the cheapest things, and if you get the cheapest things, and you end up kind of falling and buying some stuff that is not necessarily, has some extra ingredients that you're not planning on having, which you shouldn't. And if it's banned in other places, why are we doing it? Why are we allowing it? I always say I'm all for capitalism and all that stuff, and businesses doing their business. But if I'm also against them selling something that is harmful to the public. And I always believe these big companies they're able to do this because they're in cahoots with the politicians. That's all it comes down to. Politicians are crooked. I think this is one part of dumb that people just overlook. A lot of these rules and these agencies, they get governed by a lot of these politicians, and I think this is kind of what some of the stuff that we're getting out of this right now. All right, next one, arsenic. Look, I don't need to look at, I know arsenic is bad.
This is the worst.
Arsenic is poison. I don't never work with it. Found in poultry. Yeah, why is it bad? Arsenic. Well, arsenic is bad. If you don't know arsenic is poison. It kills people. In chicken feed promotes growth and boosts pigmentation, which in turn makes the
What the hell did you just say?
chicken flesh look much more pink and probably appear healthier. But it's anything but. Arsenic is classified as a human carcinogen by the Environmental Protection Agency, so eat at your own risk. It's ridiculous. So you're telling me that there's arsenic? Remember this article is from 2019. There could be some stuff that is not in play right now, but arsenic is in the feed, which is in the food, that's why would you be? Again, it must come down to the cost. But ridiculous to me. It sounds ridiculous. Bread, potassium bromate. I've heard of this one. Look, some of these things, like this is one of the ones that I've heard before. I forget about it. Where's it found? Wraps, rolls, bread, stuff with flour, right? Bread chips, breadcrumbs. Yes, okay. It's made with the same harmful chemical as bromated vegetable oil. Bromated flour helps with greasing, wine, cost. Time and cost. Okay. Sorry about that. I read wine. I have something to do a little bit. But is the convenience worth the risk of the kidney damage, cancer, and nervous system damage? Of course not. Of course not. Again, this is...
It's over. We are screwed.
Time and cost should not be something, because I'm pretty sure they can find another way. I know they can. As a chef and somebody that works with food, yeah, this is the cheapest way, but you can find something that might be not as cheaper, but not so expensive, or maybe just not have a better shelf life. Maybe you guys have to work on the way you guys prepare the food and storage and all that stuff, instead of like doing something that you don't have to worry about all that, and it makes it, of course, cheaper. Again, I'm always like this, all this stuff, all I can think about is, so the agencies, if they're letting this go, I always think about politicians and who is getting paid.
You guys are getting paid?
To let this go by. Politicians might have friends that work in this company or this company, and they are not enforcing it. And because of that, the population pays. And I'm just, look, this is all allegedly. It's all in my head. I don't know anything. I'm just making up stuff in my head, and this is my own theory. But don't take it by, this is what it is. And I hope you guys read or listen to this video at the end. So I'm telling you, allegedly, this is what I think. That's it, man. This is all I have, because I should have probably looked at this before. I'm actually a little bit more surprised than I thought I was going to be. I really do think I should. But, I'm glad I didn't look at it, because I probably would have not done the video. I probably would have tried to look for another video or like another article. So I'm glad I looked at that. Again, it's 2019. I did notice that. So maybe some of the stuff it changed. Maybe, the politicians made better deals. I don't know. Maybe they cared about us and they actually did stuff that with these agencies, because they're like, most of these agencies are government run. So I don't need to get into it. This is not a political channel, but I'm just shocked some of this stuff. But all right. Leave your comments below. Let me know. I'm pretty sure. Look, leave me a link of some stuff if you guys know of some other stuff with food, because now I'm a little, I don't know. I'm a little on this thing right now. But all right, everyone, be safe. Later.